Hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible? Can you guys confirm? Okay. So I see that you guys are able to hear me clearly. So let us start this session. Thank you guys for confirming. Okay. Today we are going to have a very first demo session on data engineering with a Google Cloud platform with as well as Azure Cloud. In this particular a batch, we are planning for data engineering with Google Cloud Platform as well as Azure Cloud Platform. It is more of a multi-cloud data engineering course. It is more of a multi-cloud data engineering course that we are going to cover. As today is a very first demo session, so that's the reason I would like to talk about the agenda of today's session. In demo session, we are going to talk about what is data engineering first. We will see what is data engineering, because we wanted to become a data engineer. We will try to first understand what is data engineering and what is the role of a data engineer. We will try to understand. After that, we will try to see what is Google Cloud Platform and what is this Azure Cloud Platform. What are the topics that we are going to cover as a part of this entire course? We are going to see with the detailed topics we are going to cover here. Finally, I'm going to talk about the course details. I'm going to talk about the course details, right? So we will see when we are going to talk about when is the batch starting and what kind of a things that we are providing as a part of this course related to the recordings or a material or the projects, case studies, all of these things, how we are going to provide about the course details, we are going to talk about it, right? So first we will start with what is data engineering, and then we will go with a cloud overview. In this one, we are going to focus on the Google Cloud Platform as well as Azure Cloud Platform also. After that, we will see a detailed course curriculum, and then we will talk about the course details as well. So this is the agenda for today's session, everyone. I hope you guys are able to hear me clearly. If you guys are facing any issues with audio or the screen, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Can you guys confirm you guys are able to hear me clearly first? Very good. Thank you for confirming. Okay. So we will try to see what is data engineering so that you guys can able to understand. Right. So you already know the data may be coming from multiple applications, right? So for example, you wanted to order breakfast or you wanted to order dinner. You go to some application like Swiggy or Zomato. You try to place an order. The moment you are purchasing one kind of a product or anything, you are going to generate some amount of a data. So that particular data, you are having it from some application. So there is a huge amount of a data that is coming from some applications. So there is a data that is coming from some file formats, maybe CSV file, JSON file, Avro file, Parquet file. You have a data that is coming from multiple files. You have a data that is also coming from multiple databases as well. So some companies may store the data in the databases such as MySQL database or a SQL Server database or a PostgreSQL database or a Oracle database, right? So you have a data that is coming from databases also. You have a data that is coming from IoT devices as well. Some companies will, or nowadays you might have been seeing every car or every product nowadays, it is having the sensors, right? There's a huge amount of a data that is coming from the sensor devices as well, right? So now you see you have a data that is coming from the applications, files, databases, and IoT devices. Tell me, what do we do? Sir, I have a data now with me. What we will do, sir? Right? So we will try to extract the data from these multiple data sources. We will try to extract the data from these multiple data sources and store it into the one single layer called a data lake, because these are data sources. these data sources are coming from different locations, or different databases, or different servers, right? So you are extracting this data from the multiple locations, multiple servers, and storing it into a single layer called a data lake, right? So this is what you are going to extract the data from these multiple data sources. You are going to store it. Once the data is there with us, tell me guys, what do we do with this data? So according to the business managers, whatever the data that we have, now that you have the data here, so you are going to use this data for business improvement. What business manager is says that this data is nothing but money. Sorry, this data is nothing but money, right? So if you try to understand the data, or if you try to analyze this data, if you try to understand this data or analyze this data, this gives you some kind of a insight. This gives you some kind of a insight, and these insights are very useful for the business improvement. So this is what we need to do. End of the day, every company wanted to improve their business. Yes or no? End of the day, every company wanted to improve their business. Do you guys agree? Right. So if you guys wanted to improve the business, you need to know how to improve it and what places we can improve it. So to understand the some kind of insights or information to improve the business, you have to analyze your data. One of the best example that nowadays you guys are seeing, Flipkart Big Billion Days, Freedom Sales, right? These are all how these are all coming. So when you try to understand the data, they get to know the people's pulse. Once you understand the data properly, you are going to get these kind of insights. So that is the reason whenever you have a data, you try to analyze the data first. The moment you analyze the data, it will give you some kind of insight. These insights are very useful for the business improvement. Okay, so these insights are very useful for the business improvement. Now tell me guys, now that we have the data, right? So now you have a multiple data sources, you extract the data and store the data into a single layer. Very good. Tell me guys, can we directly go for the analysis on top of this data? Can anyone confirm? Now that we have the data, sir, the data is in a single storage layer, that is data lake. Can we go for analysis directly? Can anyone tell me?
No.
No, sir.
Why not?
We need to sort it first.
We will go for data handling.
Okay. Any other answers?
We
Why
need to
can't we
purify
go
the data.
for analysis directly?
Because the wrong data also, like a
Correct.
noisy data also there.
Correct. Very good. Because so this data is
Data layer
directly
hits.
coming from the data sources. This data we usually call it as a raw data. Sir, when you try to look at the raw data may have a plenty of the problems. Yes or no? So it may have a duplicates, it may have a null values, it may have a bad records, it may have a unnecessary columns also. Right, sir? Whenever you're dealing with the raw data may have a plenty of the problems. Okay, so it may have a duplicates, it may have a null values, it may have a bad records, it may have a unnecessary information also. Okay, so what we try to do, sir, tell me, when your data is having these many things, what do we do?
To
Transform.
transform the data set.
We try to clean the data, right? So we try to apply some kind of a transformations on top of this data. We apply some kind of a data processing. We try to process this data, right, sir? We try to process this data so that all the duplicates, null values, bad records, unnecessary columns are handled properly. Okay, so when you try to apply the data processing, so data processing will apply multiple steps to clean the data, prepare the data for the analysis purpose, right? So you have the data here, you try to process the data here. So there are multiple frameworks are there to process this kind of a data. You have a Spark framework, you have a Beam framework, you have a Panda. So multiple frameworks are available to process this data and clean the data and prepare this data for the analysis. Now that you have the data here with us, which is cleaned properly, now this data is ready for the analysis, right? So you can go ahead and do the analysis here, right? So we are going to extract the data from this data processing. We are going to store the entire data in the data warehouse. The data warehouse is a location where your entire enterprise data is available. Entire enterprise data is available for the analysis purpose. You are going to use a simple SQL language to analyze the data here, right? So you're going to use a simple language called SQL to analyze the data. Once you analyze the data, okay, once you analyze the data, you can use this data, or you can send this data out to the multiple destinations. You can send this data to the multiple destinations or multiple downstreams, right? Because you already have created some kind of a insights. You have analyzed the data, but the data is in the form of a tables. No one wanted to look at the data in the form of a tables. So that is the reason you send this data to the downstream. You send this data to the downstream so they can create a dashboard or a report out of it. Or a machine learning engineer will try to create a ML model out of it. Or a data scientist will create a future trends out of it. Or a business group will utilize this data directly for the analysis purpose. Okay, so these are all the things may happen, right? So this entire process of extracting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data. Also, one more step is also there. Governance, data governance is also there. So if you try to do all of these things, so that is what we call it as a data engineering. That is what we call it as a data engineering, everyone. See, you are taking care of all the things here. You are extracting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, and creating some kind of a visualizations, or utilizing the data for your own requirement purpose. So this process of you know, utilizing the data for analysis and getting some kind of a insights out of it, so that particular process we call it as a data engineering, everyone. You can also see the description here, or a definition. So data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. Sir, what is the advantage of analysis? The moment you analyze the data, you will get to know what is the sales from the last year to this year, or which product is selling most, or which product is selling low, how to provide the discounts, or in which month we can provide the discount. All of these things you will get to know when you analyze the data, right? So that
We
is the
will be
reason.
comparing right now, sir.
Yes, exactly. You will be doing a comparison. You will be doing some kind of a, future patterns also. You are going to find it out. What is a customer pattern or behavior? We are going to understand it, right? So this all the things we call it as a data engineering, everyone. Okay, so maybe I am telling you with a very very simple terms because you guys are very new to the data engineering. But in our upcoming sessions, we will understand what is this data lake actually, how to store this data actually, and how to process the data, how to analyze the data. In depth, we are going to understand one by one in our upcoming sessions. But you try to understand at a high level what is data engineering. I hope this is clear, right? Sir, what do you think the data engineer will do now? Right? So data engineering, now that you know the steps of process, now they are the one who are going to work on each and every step now. One of the data engineer may work on the data ingestion. One of the data engineer may work on how to store the data, how to manage the data, nothing but access control. One of the data engineer may work on how to process the data. One of the data engineer may work on data quality and governance. One data engineer may work on data pipeline creation for automation purpose. One data engineer may work on performance optimization, how to optimize the activities, because you have to make sure that all the code whichever you are running should be running in an optimized fashion. Okay. And finally, you have to make sure that all the monitoring and maintenance, nothing but all your pipelines are properly monitored. If something goes wrong, you are going to fix it, right? So these are all the things a data engineer work on a daily basis. It is not that a single data engineer work on all of these things. It is some of the data engineers work on data ingestion, one data engineer work on data storage and management. So that means in a data engineering project, multiple data engineers work on multiple activities. Multiple data engineers work on multiple data activities. So that is what is a data engineering and role of a data engineer. I hope I have given you some idea that what is data engineering and what is the role of a data engineer,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
I Great. Now let me go and see, sir, what is this Google Cloud Platform and what is this Azure Cloud Platform? Let us try to understand. Now that you know what is data engineering, we are going to use the services from the cloud platforms to do our data engineering activities. Why? I will tell you. Why? I will tell you in next few seconds. Now, just give me an answer. Sir, I am going to store 100 terabytes of the data. My client has given me 100 terabytes of the data and he's asking me to store this data. He's asking me to store this data. Tell me guys, how do you store it? Don't think that, sir, I will go and cloud platform store it. Don't think that. Just tell me, if you do not have a cloud platforms, if you do not have a cloud platforms, if the client has given you 100 terabytes of the data, how do you guys store it? Tell me, please.
We need a cloud service to store
That's
the
what I'm
data.
telling you. Don't worry about the cloud.
We need to
Okay.
store the data in the system until it's filled, like,
Okay. Any other answers?
or else we need to store it in the hard disk, something.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Any other answers?
Sir, you said that previous data will be collected, no, sir? Is this related to that?
Yes. I'm just
In
asking
Google
you.
Drive, we
I am
can.
giving you some 100 terabytes of the data. Okay, assume that this is your class or this is all your BTech friends are there, right? So all BTech friends have taken a lot of pictures and that entire pictures data is 100 TB and I'm
Sir,
giving you that
on
100
Oracle
TB.
database?
Okay. Okay, you
So we
Yes,
can
want,
save
sir.
the data in
Sir, if
Oracle
this
database.
okay,
data, total 100 terabytes of data is like raw materials of data, then we can store it into the data lake before processing it.
okay. So let me gonna tell you. A simple thing is that, sir, if you give me some 100 GB, I will go and store it in my laptop. Yes or no? A simple answer. I'm not asking you a
Yes.
very, very big answers, right? So if I give you 100 GB, you go and store it in your laptop. But sir, if you give me 1 terabyte also, I can able to store it in my laptop. But sir, more than 2 TB, I cannot be able to store it in my local machine. That is not possible, right? Sir, it is a client data. So that is the reason. If I wanted to store this data, first I have to purchase the machines. Yes or no?
Yes,
We
sir.
have to purchase the machines. Once the machines are purchased, you have to install the operating system and some kind of a libraries. And after that, you have to set up the networking. and then you have to assign the storage, and you have to set up the or configure the backups also. Backup also you have to manage it, right? Backups, and then maintenance activities also you have to take care of it, right? So what you have to do is that if you guys wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data, it is not straightforward for you. What you have to do, sir, I have to store first. If I wanted to store it, I have to first purchase the machines, connect it together, because one machine cannot handle it. One machine cannot handle the 100 terabytes of the data. So you have to purchase multiple machines, install the operating system, libraries, set up the networking, assign the storage, configure the backups, maintenance, all of these activities we have to do it. And then we can go for the storage. Tell me guys, how much time this will take?
Depending on speed, sir.
Just on a high level, tell me how much time this could take.
Uh,
Yeah, it will take
for
much
example,
time.
we are using 1 gig LAN. 1 gig, it's take 3 hours, sir. 1 TB data uploaded, it's take 3 hours, sir. 3 hours, 1 gig LAN.
I'm just asking you, purchasing the machines, installing the operating system, set up the networking, assign the storage, configure the backups, maintenance. So all of these steps, not
It's
worry, don't worry about
It will
storage.
completely
take few
Yes,
days.
it
It's
lengthy.
depends
very
also on the performance, sir.
Okay, I don't know why people are not getting. Don't worry about storing the
So
data.
it will take
I'm
few days,
asking
sir, in
you,
the simple OTP.
setting up this, all of these things, how much time it could take?
It will take 2 to 3 months maybe.
Exactly, right? It could take few months, because it is not that you have to purchase the machines now, you can connect it together today, you install the operating system. We do not know all the activities on ourselves, right? When you're working in the company, you do not know. There is a purchase team will be there, they have to purchase it. Delivery team will be there, they have to deliver it. Networking team will be there, networking they have to do it. Storage team will be there. So all of these activities done by the multiple people in the company, this could take few months, right? So this entire setup would take 3 months, few months. After that, then we can able to go for storing the data, right? After that, we can able to go for storing the data. Storing 100 terabytes of the data within 1 day, we can able to do it. That's fine. So this is how you see this process of doing the activities. We usually call it as a the process of doing these activities. We call it as a traditional methodology, traditional working methodology. Right? So what is this traditional, sir? If you ask me, you are taking care of all the activities on your own, starting from the infrastructure until the development. Right? So according to your project requirement, if your company is managing all the infrastructure as well as development, that company is following a traditional methodology. In the traditional method, what is wasting here? What is the problem with the traditional methodology? We are spending a lot of time, we are wasting a lot of time, lot of effort, lot of money. Yes or no? Do you guys agree?
Agree.
Right? So when you are working on a traditional methodology, you have to take care of all these activities on your own. Nothing but your company or your project manager has to take care of all of these things on their own, which could not only taking a lot of time, which will take a lot of effort, lot of money also. So that is the reason people are looking for a alternative solution. That's where the cloud platforms came into the picture. Okay, so that's where cloud platforms came into the picture. Let me give you a simple example. Right, just tell me, if you guys wanted to cook food at home, What are the things that you guys have to do?
We need a stove.
Right? You need to purchase the stove. You need to purchase the vegetables. You need to purchase the rice. You need to, purchase all other items also, whatever the things
Matches
that
is
are required.
mandatory.
Sorry. And all the accessories, right? So that's what all the accessories are required, and you need to properly follow the methodology to cook the food. Proper method or recipe, we call it as, to cook the food. Once you do all of these activities, then only you can go and eat the food. Once all of these activities are there, then only you can go and eat the food. If you guys wanted to eat food at home, you have to do all of these activities. Otherwise, it is not possible to eat it. Right? So this is what we call it as a traditional method. This is nothing but traditional method. Can you guys tell me any other alternative that we have instead of cooking? Do we
We
have
can
any
buy
other
from
Also,
hotels or restaurant.
outsource करना.
can we
We can
go
buy
directly to the
hotels or
restaurant?
restaurants. Or
Yes, right. So you don't have to take care of all of these things, sir. My intention is to have a food. To have the food, sir, I'll just go to restaurant or I just order food online. Right? I'll just order food. That's it. So tell me, this particular method, how much time it would take? 3 to 4 hours. This entire preparation, purchasing
Then
vegetables,
one.
all of these things, let us just say one day. This entire thing will take one day. What about this one? Ordering the food, how much time it will take? Hardly.
in just 5 to 10 minutes, we can order.
Just hardly takes 5 minutes for us to, you know, go to the online forum and try to select it, order it. That's it. Once you have everything, you can eat it. So this is what we call it as a traditional methodology. This is nothing but cloud. What is the advantage of the cloud, sir? The cloud will reduce the effort, reduce the time, reduce the money. So this is what. So that is the reason multiple cloud platforms are there in the market. There are multiple cloud platforms are there in the market because of these things. Right. Similarly, sir, if I wanted to store 1 GB of the 100 terabytes of the data, sir, what we can do, sir, if you ask me, to store 100 terabytes of the data, now you can go to any of the cloud platform. You can go to any of the cloud platform like GCP or Azure. You just have to find a suitable service. You just have to find a suitable service and then store it. Once you find it suitable service, then you can store it. That's it. So this is what is the advantage of the cloud. So you don't need to worry about the infrastructure. You don't need to worry about the lot of time. You don't need to worry about a lot of effort to build all of these things. Right? So this is usually takes few months, maybe 2 or 3 months. This is hardly takes one day, for example. Now you see the difference. Comparing one day with the 2 to 3 months. So that is the reason most of the companies started using the cloud platforms. Not only for data engineering, every field, application development team, data warehousing, data processing, data analysis, data storage, every team, every ML team, machine learning, networking, DevOps team, infrastructure team, all the teams started using the cloud platforms because the cloud platform will reduce your effort of building the infrastructure. Now, let us try to see, sir, what are the cloud platforms are there in the market? Tell me, guys, what are the cloud platforms that you guys know? What are the cloud platforms that you guys know?
AWS,
One is
Azure,
GCP, AWS, Azure, any other?
IBM Cloud.
Alibaba,
IBM, yes. Alibaba, yes. Yes. Any other?
Oracle Cloud.
Oracle Cloud. Yes. So these are the multiple cloud platforms available in the market. So these are the cloud providers. Yes or no? Cloud platforms are cloud providers. Yes or no? Sir, you have a multiple cloud providers in the market. One is GCP, sir, Oracle, sir, AWS, sir, IBM, sir, Alibaba, sir, Azure, sir. These are the multiple cloud platforms available in the market, or cloud providers. Tell me, what are these cloud providers provides us? Can anyone tell me? What are these cloud providers provides us?
Services.
Services.
Exactly. They provide you the cloud computing services. They provide you the cloud computing services. Sir, how these services are useful to us? Tell me.
Storages.
Right. See how these cloud computing services are helpful for the organizations. If you ask me, that is the reason I have given you this example. So if you don't have these cloud services, if you guys wanted to store the data on your own, if the cloud platforms are not there, just assume that the cloud platforms are not there. You have to follow the traditional methodology, which would take 2 to 3 months for you to build the entire infrastructure. Then you can go for the development. So that is the reason cloud computing services are very useful. See, we have used here one of the service to store the data here, right? So the cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services to the organizations. To whom, sir, it provides you? To the organizations. In the organizations, we are going to work in the organizations, that you guys already know. So cloud computing services are offered to the organizations. Sir, what the organization do? In every organization, multiple projects will be there. In each project, one project may store the data, or one project may ingest the data, store the data, process the data, analyze the data, or visualize the data. So all of these things that they do. So if they wanted to do all of these activities, if they try to do in the on-premises or traditional method, it will take a lot of time. So for storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, ingesting the data, so cloud providers providing the cloud computing services. Not only that, for application development, building the application, deploy the application, scale the applications. So for scaling, so for application teams, if they wanted to build the application, deploy the application, scale the applications, you have a cloud computing services again. For ML team also, ML model building, deploying, registering, scaling. Networking also, for creating the networking components such as VNets, subnets, load balancers. So all of these things, right? So every organization will have a multiple project. In each project, they are going to do multiple activities. For one of the project, let us take storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data. If you guys wanted to do all of these things, there is a cloud computing services. A separate service is available in the cloud platforms to do that. So that is the reason most of the companies are now started using the cloud platforms already. Now tell me guys, what is GCP, what is Azure? What is GCP first? Tell me. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations for ingesting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, visualizing the data, or building the application, deploying the application, and scaling the applications and services in the cloud. So this is what is a Google Cloud Platform. What is Google Cloud Platform, sir? Google Cloud Platform is a leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. Okay, so that is what. Tell me what is Azure Cloud Platform, sir, now? Can anyone tell me what is Azure Cloud Platform? Anyone?
It is also a cloud provider.
Exactly. The definitions goes the same thing. Sir, Azure Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. Microsoft Azure is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to ingest the data or build the application, deploy the applications, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. So this is what is GCP, AWS. The definition goes for all the cloud platforms is same. What are the different services it is offering? It is different. Okay, but the definition goes same, right? So all the cloud providers or cloud platform works the same fashion. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organization. Organizations utilize these things. If they don't utilize, what will happen, sir? Tell me. So if organizations don't utilize these cloud computing services, this is what will happen. You end up spending a lot of time, lot of effort, lot of money. Yes or no? Is this clear? Are you guys able to follow me?
Yes.
All of you people, can you guys confirm?
Sir, clear, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear for me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So now that you know what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform, what is Azure Cloud Platform, also the definitions, if you guys wanted to read it, I'm keeping it on the screen. I want you guys to take a minute and try to read it, please, for me. Try to read it.
Google Cloud Platform, GCP.
Right. So Google Cloud Platform is a cloud computing service, sorry, a suite of cloud computing services provided by Google that offers range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. Right. Same thing if you look at the Azure also. Sir, Azure Cloud Platform is a Microsoft cloud computing service offering multiple, again the same thing, multiple services to help the businesses to build the application, deploy the application, and manage the applications and services in the cloud. Right? It's the same definition. The definition goes there. Sir, what are those services it is offering? I'm going to tell you. Sir, what are those services offering? What is the course curriculum that we are going to see? I'm going to tell you. Before that, if anyone have any questions, you can ask me. I'm going to tell you the detailed course curriculum now. If you guys have any questions now, you please tell me before that. Please raise your hand if anyone have any questions.
Sir, I have one question.
Please.
If we are going to use the cloud platform, then we don't have to use any operating service or any OS system in our computer.
You don't have to install it. Yes.
So we can use to these things on the cloud
On the
platform, right?
cloud directly. Yes, yes. So let me going to show you how the Google Cloud Platforms looks like. So for example, this is how the Google Cloud Platforms are. Okay. If I wanted to store the data, I go to the, for example, 100 terabytes of the data. How do I store it? If you ask me, sir, I go to the buckets. I will go to one of the bucket. I'll just upload the data here. That's it. Right? I just click on upload button, upload your data here. I can select all of these things. I can click on open so that all the things will be uploaded here. That's it. Now I don't have to worry about it, purchasing the machines, this one, that one. No, everything we are going to do in the cloud platforms only, starting from data ingestion until the data analysis. Everything you can do it in the cloud platform. You don't need to worry about any of the configuration of your system also, because we are doing it on a cloud platforms itself. Even Azure also the same thing. Okay. Yes. Yes, Manisha, you have any question?
Yes. Hi,
Yes,
Sheikh.
please.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I hope I'm spelling your name correctly. I'm sorry.
Yes, 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 yes. It's good. Yes,
Sheikh, so I have one important question. Like, I understand that, like, this is the course related to data engineering, and many students will get opportunities to work in corporate companies. So,
yes,
there's one thing which is always bothering me and just haunting me, and actually, this kind of question never keeps me in peace. So, I want
yes,
you to make me relieve from this question. So,
yes,
yeah, getting trained from scratch and cracking interview is okay. I agree to that point, but major question is like how to survive in that job. See, whatever the cloud platform which you are giving and everything, it is okay till basic level extent, or probably it could be something okay to crack the interviews actually. But when we step into the organization, like organization expects will definitely have some sort of expectations on us to reach till certain to they'll expect I mean a lot
yes,
of from us.
yes.
How
No
to
worries.
that?
Yes, I'll
Yeah,
tell you. See, the very good question, I would say. See,
yeah.
usually the way I'm going to teach is not more towards the theory, rather than it is more towards the lab sessions. First thing,
Okay.
right? So I'm gonna take the organization use cases only. For example, while I'm building the pipelines here, so look
Okay.
at here the project. I'm gonna take the real world projects only,
Okay.
and we are going to work on how to build a pipeline for that.
Okay.
And we are not just simply understanding the thing and leaving it. No. What is GCS? No, we are not just learning. We are actually implementing one end-to-end pipeline out of it.
Okay.
And not only one end-to-end pipeline. See, this is one of the pipeline, nothing but case study. So here we are building one pipeline end-to-end, which is actual industry standard code that we are going to develop here,
Okay.
and which is exactly similar when you
Mm.
work in the company also. The
Okay.
only thing is that the data that you are working could be different, but the
Okay.
process that you follow and the concept that you need it to develop your code in the company also mostly it is same. So that's the
Okay.
reason most of my students who actually work on the company, they
Mm.
find this course very useful, because we are not just covering the theory topic here. We just build end-to-end pipeline. So every pipeline will have data validation, data
Mm.
transformation, logging and monitoring, error handling, all of these advanced topics which you actually develop in your project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you not only helping you to build your pipeline in the company, which makes you confident while you are working, actually while you are developing.
Okay.
And one more thing I would tell you,
Mm.
every company project is new to everyone,
Yes. To
right? Everyone, whether he is already working in the company or he is a someone like who lent the course, right? For both of them it is new. It is not that, sir, I am learning the course from you, and the moment I entered into the project, is it new to me? It is not only new to you, it is for the person who is already having experience in the GCP also, it is new to him.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
On
the
and off.
only thing is that the confidence.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Mm. Okay. I got you, Sheikh.
yes. Perfect. Now let us try to look at it. What is the course content that we are going to cover as a part of this entire course? Let us try to see here, guys, so that you guys get a very good understanding, right? So first, let us start. We are going to start with the cloud basics. We are going to start our course with the cloud basics, right? So we are going to see first thing GCP introduction, then GCP interfaces, and then we are going to see GCP locations, and then GCP IAM and admin. Okay, admin. And okay, GCP console walkthrough is missing. Here, GCP console walkthrough. I'm going to tell you, don't worry. Just look at here so that when I writing it, it is easy for you to read it also. That's the reason I'm writing. Okay, now look at here. What we are going to see, what is GCP? How do we sorry, how do we interact with the GCP services? And here we are going to see the free tier account creation. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account, so that we are going to develop all the pipelines, case studies, assignments, everything. You are going to do it in the free tier account only. Google Cloud Platform is offering you free tier account. We are going to do it here only. Okay, so you don't need to pay anything. I will tell you how to create a free tier account. Right, all the practice, everything we are going to do in the free tier account only, guys. Nothing needs to pay. This is I'm going to tell you later. And GCP locations, I am an admin. So these are the cloud basics that we are going to cover as a part of the cloud basics. Then programming. So I will be telling you the Linux basics. I will tell you the Python for data engineers. We are going to cover Python for data engineers. We are going to cover the PySpark. We are going to cover the Apache Beam also. So these are the programming concepts that we are covering. Sir, I did not mention here the SQL, because SQL is the prerequisite for my course, guys. Right? So the prerequisite for the course, sir, if you ask me, is there any prerequisite for the course? The basic knowledge on the SQL. Basic knowledge of SQL is the prerequisite for the course. I want you guys to look at this particular thing. Basic knowledge on the SQL is the prerequisite for the course. Okay, rest of all the things are covered. Linux basics, Python for data engineers. Python you are going to learn from me in a very simple and very playful way. We are going to teach. PySpark very important, Apache Beam very important. So all the programming concepts, only the basic knowledge of SQL. Even if you don't know also, my team will help you. Management team will help you. Okay, sir, I do not know, I wanted to brush up. Management team will help here. Okay, they'll help you with some SQL basic recordings also, they will provide you. So they will help you with the recordings. If you want it, you can take it from the team. Okay, so this is what basic knowledge on the SQL is prerequisite for the course. If you do not know it, or if you wanted to brush up, our management team will help you with the recordings of SQL. Okay, yes. Now coming back to the cloud basics, we have completed. Programming also we have completed. Now we will look at GCP data engineering tools. GCP data engineering services we call it as. Right, so that is what. So in this one, we are going to cover a lot of services, guys. One is cloud storage, also called as a GCS. Then cloud SQL. The third one is BigQuery. Fourth one is Dataproc. Fifth one is Dataflow. Sixth one is Airflow. Seventh one is Cloud Functions. So these are the topics that we are going to cover as a part of the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. GCS, Google Cloud Data Engineering Tools. Once the data engineering with the Google Cloud Data Engineering is completed, we will go for the Azure Data Engineering Tools or services. In this one, we are going to cover Azure Data Lake Storage, ADLS. Okay, this is called as GCS, Google Cloud Storage, and this is called as ADLS. And Azure SQL DB. Azure SQL DB. And Azure Data Factory. Also called as what, sir? ADF. Azure Databricks. Also called as ADB. That's it. Okay, basics of the Synapse also. Synapse, more than enough. So these are the things. Okay, right? So this is this is where we are going to end the session. And final session. The final session is
Sir,
for
what is the name of ADB?
Azure Databricks, very important service nowadays. Plenty of the plenty of the demand for Azure Databricks. Databricks is very famous, right? Yes. So on a final session, we are going to talk about the interview prep. How do you guys go for interview prep and resume prep session? Final session is for this one. Okay, so this is where we are ending the session. Look at here, all the topics, the prerequisite. I want you guys to look at the prerequisite first. 1 minute, please. I'm getting one call. Sorry, guys. So the prerequisite for the course is this one. That is basic knowledge on the SQL. If you do not know it also, don't worry. My management team will help you on that. Okay, so that is one thing. And we are starting with the cloud basics. The cloud basics will take 7 hours. And the programming will take 1 plus 7 plus. Oh, this will take a lot of time. I don't want it to tell here because this is combination of this thing. But I could say, okay, okay, don't worry. So this entire course, I don't want it to tell this one. This entire course will take a duration of, entire course will take a duration of 3 months. Okay, it will take 3 months. So that's what. Okay, so all the things you will be provided with the recordings also, and the comprehensive material will be provided. Okay, so the comprehensive material is provided, and all the projects, case studies are included, and assignments also will be there. Every topic will have assignments. And finally, resume assistance as well as interview questions also be provided. I'll show you all of these things. The comprehensive material, first thing, the comprehensive material I would like to show you. This is what is a comprehensive material, guys. It will have everything. How this looks for you is that, if you ask me, so this is how it looks for you. Maybe I'll paste the link here, you can able to see. So once you have the access to the material, you will be able to see it like this. I'll show you here. So this is how the course curriculum, maybe for the GCP, the course curriculum is here, right? You can see this is how the course curriculum for the GCP looks like. So here you have cloud basics, GCP introduction, interfaces, console walkthrough, locations, I am an admin, and Linux basics. And the next topic, Google Cloud Storage, Cloud Shell, assignments, Cloud SQL, connecting it to the Cloud SQL, data migration project here, data migration project, database migration project we are covering here, and assignments also here. What is BigQuery? Working with BigQuery, data set, partitioning and clustering, working with arrays, nested and repeated fields, assignment 1, case study 1 and case study 2. Two case studies right here, sir. One is case study 1 on the Spotify, case study 2 on the social media. Finally, BigQuery views, optimizations. Python. As a Python, we are going to cover 4 chapters. Data types, data structures, Python programming constructions, modular programming. Data types, strings, operators, numbers, boolean, none. List, tuple, dictionary, set. If and else statements, for loop and while loop, exceptional handling, file input output operations. Running notebook, practice questions also provided. Dataproc. What is Dataproc? What is Hadoop? What is Spark? What is Dataproc? How do we create a cluster in the Dataproc? Spark. And what is Spark? What is PySpark? Lab sessions. Case study 1, sample data set for practice. Case study 1, case study 2, case study 3, assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. Data flow. What is data flow? How it is different from the data prog? Creating the workbench, lab sessions, case study 1, assignment 1, and template method of creating the pipeline, case study 2. Everything is mentioned, guys. I'm telling you, this course is everything for data engineers in the Azure and GCP. PubSub also covered. Airflow, create composer, level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG, level 3 DAG, level 4 DAG, assignment. And the cloud functions, that's it. We are ending up the story here for cloud functions. Once this is completed, you will go to the Azure also. Azure notebook is separate again. So Azure Cloud Basics, Azure Cloud Platform, Azure Cloud Basics and Terminology. What is ADLS? What is SQL DB? Azure Data Factory, all the topics. These are all the topics. Creating Azure Data Factory, pipeline creation, linked services, data set, copy activity, lookup activity, if condition for each, get metadata, REST API, incremental pipeline. So incremental pipeline is a case study. And Databricks. What is Databricks? Setting up the Databricks. What is Unity catalog, clusters, notebooks, DB utility commands, delta tables, dataset creation, structured streaming, autoload or medallion architecture, end-to-end workflow. So all the things are covered here, guys, as a part of the course. This is a comprehensive notebook which will be provided to you once you guys enrolled for the course, right? So this is what is the entire course with all the details, guys. Now tell me if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. Let us try to see the questions.
Hello, sir. This is Sudhir. Okay.
Yes, Sudhir.
My question is, can you give me the example how it is data engineers to help the business? What business case, as your experience, solved that would be help to the business? Because there is one fun question for me. I have another question. I will post you on after this. Yeah.
So everything, right? For example, see the important thing, you have a huge amount of data. Okay. Don't worry about it. Why the company store the data?
Yeah, it's used for business purpose, day-to-day activities, and
Right.
yeah.
Who will do that activity?
It's the backend database always functionality of the application always keep in the backend database to
No,
store the data for to help the customers.
no.
And
Who will create the database? Who will create those tables? Who will manage the data? Who will query those data? Who
yeah,
will do that?
database architects. It's a design the application designing
So
skill.
they will design it, but who will do that? Who will create it?
Yeah,
A
it's
DBA will do that, sir.
Data engineers, right?
mm,
Isn't it?
A
Data
DBA,
engineers.
DBA.
No, database admin will not do anything. Admin will only just provide the access and they will just tell you the process of access control.
yeah.
The actual work is done by the data engineers, isn't it? Not only that, you are having a data that is coming from multiple applications. You
Mm,
wanted to store it. Who will store it? Where they will store it? Right? All of these activities done by the data engineer only. Right? Don't worry about analysis. Okay.
okay,
Assume that you have a lot of data and you have a lot of problems with the data. Who will process it? Who will clean it? Again, data engineers.
okay,
And who will automate that entire process? Again, data engineers. Right? So this is whether if a business thinks that if the data is important for them, they need to store the data. Now that data storage is done by the data engineer. And if the data needs to be cleaned, that data processing is done by the data engineer. And if they want some kind of insights from it, that insights are delivered by the data engineer. Right? So you wanted to find out the sales trend from last year to this year. It is not straightforward. Right? It is not straightforward. Until and unless you store the data properly, you clean the data properly, whatever you give the result is fake. Okay, once you store the data, once you clean the data, once you get the output, that's what is real. Right? This all of these things is done by data engineers.
okay. Mm.
Yes.
And coming to tech stack, it's Azure, GCP, somewhat it's AWS, and tools and database, BigQuery and SQL DB, Azure SQL. These are tech stack will be growing every day. It doesn't matter what you are looking, what tools you are using by the customers. But my question is, and when it is cleaning to coming to we are sorting the data, means we are getting the data, we are filtering the data. So in that case, how much in depth of SQL and the codes of functionality, I can say that SQL is it's only the select data, but processing all the things involve the functions, procedures, triggers, and might be what level of understanding is required. And one more thing, whatever you are processing, that art should be in the performance level should be always be good in that situation. In that case, how much performance in-depth analysis required at the database level to tune the query, for example, it will help the business to run the pipeline very quick. How much knowledge is required on it?
No, it's how much knowledge. When I say it, you need 100% of the knowledge for that.
Yeah, it's every data engineer should do write the codes of backend database. It's
That's what you have to prepare for. See, I can tell you, hey, you can just learn this topic, you can work on this area. But I am not just telling you, hey, cloud basics, you can just learn only the GCP data engineering, cloud SQL and BigQuery. That is enough for you to get the job and you will be able to work in the company. No, I'm not saying that. So what we are trying to do here is that in the worst scenario, we are learning end to end for GCP as well as Azure, so that if they put us in any of the project, we should be able to work,
yep, yep.
right? So that is the reason we're not just focusing on one service here. Our idea, whenever we are learning that service, is not to stick to the service. We are explore it a bit to understand why this service is actually exist. What are the competitive services available in the market? And comparatively why it is famous and what are all the features it is providing and how do we work with that particular service if I get a project. All of those things that we are going to see as a part of this course. Okay. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Basic to advanced. Yes.
Yeah. And one more thing, sir. Apart from to solve the business logics with respect to as a data engineering to solve the things, I
Okay.
might be heard about some mathematics skills be required to whatever we're learning the tech stack. It will complete within the course, but logically thinking and mathematics should be on top of thinking to solve the business problem. It should be required. How much it is the required have mathematics knowledge and
For data engineers not required.
okay, okay.
For data engineers mathematics is not required at all.
Yeah, and
Basic
last
basic just
question.
summation multiplication, those things are enough. Yes.
Yeah, and last question. It's what the main agenda to approaching the data engineer and analyst between those things. What is the major tech tech roles in the industry? Is the data engineer roles or data analyst roles? It's which is the in depthly to technically and logically, which is the best thing? Yeah.
See, data engineering is foundation. Okay. So data engineering is the actual foundation. One of the component is data analyst will do. The data analyst will they just analyze the data. That's it, right? A basic analysis with SQL and Python. They do that. But it is one of the component in data engineering, right? As I told you, data analysis is one of the component in data engineering. Whatever the data analyst will doing is already known by the data engineer. Okay. So if you just ask me, a data engineering is this one. There is data ingestion, data processing, data storage, data pipelines, all of these things. One of the component is data analysis. Okay, so a data engineer is here and data analyst is here. So data engineers knows everything already and the data engineering is there 30 years before. It will be there after 30 years also, right? 30 years before, do you know about data analyst? No, they don't exist. After 30 years, do they exist? We do not know it. But the data engineering is foundation for everything. Even you ask me ML, yes. Even you ask me AI, some of the concepts of ML and AI actually covered in the data engineering. Earlier, this ML engineering is not separate area. A data engineering used to do it. So that's the reason nowadays, if you guys wanted to become a good ML engineer, you should actually work as a data engineer first, then go to the ML and AI roles. Okay, those are the experienced roles. Those are not the basic roles. Okay, so that's how. So data engineering is foundation for all of these activities. One of the small component is data analyst, and if you go here, sir, if I have 1,000 jobs, some 50 to 100 jobs are here. Okay, it is your wish which one you wanted to target and which area you wanted to focus on. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you.
Check.
Yes. Yes.
I have 3 years of experience.
Yes, please.
Also, I have completed SQL certification in Snowflake, Azure Fundamental certificates. I have a good amount of knowledge on SQL Basic and Advanced. Also, I know more about PySpark, its theoretical part and coding part also. However, I'm struggling to switch in the companies. So, do you have any other course? I think for this course, basics part mostly covered for me. I don't need that much. So, do you have anything to offer me?
No, no, we are not targeting for those candidates, right? So we are targeting for those people who, because this course gives you everything,
Yeah, I
whatever you
understood.
want also,
It's yeah,
whatever
I
you want
understood
also, it is
it's
covered. Yes,
from basic parts,
basic to the
but
advanced. Yes.
I'm looking for more mature part which can help me to switch.
At this point of time, if you say that that is covered here, but we do not have such, I'm not actually teaching that course. No, you whatever you are asking is more of a crash course, which mainly
Hmm.
focuses on the more of a automation, which is covered here by the end of the sessions. Last 1 month is whatever you are expecting is that will be covered here, but first 2 months is more of a basic to the advanced. Okay, so our
Hmm.
course will go like this one, guys. So if you ask me the graph, so it will go like this. Okay, until here. So this is 1 month, this is 2 months. Now in the third month you will learn everything. Okay, so you, this is how you will going to see, this is where you are ending up your third month. 1 2 3. So this is going very slow. It is because we are covering from basic to advanced so that everyone can become the data engineer. So once you are at the second month, that means you already know all the basics and you already have a implementation knowledge also. That's where we focus on the automation and creating an end-to-end pipelines. So this is how the graph for our data engineering for 3 months. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so do you guys have any course which start after 1.5 month?
No, no, not like that. No, sorry, man, not like that.
Okay, I can get in touch with Nikhil. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
But this course will help you if you are focusing on that thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes, Manisha, right? You have any question?
Sir, only engineering students can be participated, or what about degree students?
Anyone can join, guys. Okay, anyone can join. We have seen people from coming from different backgrounds, different fields, different education background. So they are coming from different and they are getting the jobs. We have seen that.
Do they say that difference will be there?
There is always a difference will be there, right? That's the reason people go for degree compared to the BTech. There's a difference, right? When you're choosing the BTech over the degree, or when you're choosing the degree over the BTech, there's always a difference, right? That's the reason you're choosing it, right? So the way people see it also the same thing. Okay. Yes.
Yes, Sheikh. The question I had was like the recording which you provide, like how longer do we have?
The recordings will be for sure more than a year. For sure, you can say that it is a year. Yeah. The
So
recordings will be validity for year.
yeah, I'm already a working professional. So I mean, just in case, like for example, if I need for more than 1 year,
You can
oh,
ping our team. Yes.
okay. And also, I'm sorry if I missed it. Could you please let me the fees details?
Oh, fee details you can connect with our management team. They'll help you on that. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, Sheikh. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Anyone have any other questions? Anyone have any other questions, guys? Please tell me. With
Yes, Shiksha, 1 years
yes,
of
please.
experience you can cover.
Yes, maximum. So whatever the experience that you have, guys, so I think I have a small chart over here which will give you some idea, that which I usually cover it for my students. Yes, this one. Whether you are a GCP data engineer, big data engineer, whoever you are, look at this chart. This gives you some idea. Okay, look at here. Whether you are a fresher, you don't need to worry about it. You can just go for creating your resume by keeping it as a course and go for an interview. If you have 2 years of experience, last 1 year on the GCP, you have to put it, prepare your resume, go for an interview. Rest 1 year, you have to put it as your current experience. Like, similarly, if you are 11 years of experience, last 3 years on the GCP, rest is 8 years on the current experience, whatever you have it. Right? Maximum 3 years, I suggest. Okay. Right, you can see, you can look at here. For example, you are at 5 years of experience, last 2 years on the GCP, less of 3 years on the whatever the current experience that you have. If you are a fresher, just put your resume as a fresher and say that I have attended a course, I'm learning the GCP data engineering, and go for an interview. They will ask the questions related to that. Okay.
Hello,
When
Sheikh.
does the
Hello,
Yes.
Sheikh.
Yes, please.
This is Shweta here. I'm living in US actually. So I have one question that are you helping me to get interview in US companies?
We are not actually helping, but we will be having a community where our multiple opportunities are posted, so that you can select for out of it and you can go for the jobs, you can apply for it. But we are not helping to dedicatedly or specifically for the one person to get the jobs. No, that's not happening. But there's a group or a community will be there. There are multiple opportunities will be posted there, and people can apply from there. Okay. Yes.
So your team will help me or you will help me?
No, I have my dedicated community, so I'll be posting, and my multiple HRs are also there. They will be posting, and most of, because GCP community, I have more than 1100 people are there already. Most of them are, already got the job from my course only. More than 600 people got the job from my course. Most of those people are there, and whenever there is an opportunity in their company, they will be posting it, and I'll be posting it in that particular community. Okay.
Do we
Yes.
get any
Yeah, okay.
certification from this?
From the course, yes, you can connect with our management team. They'll help you with the certifications. Yes.
Is this a paid section or a free section, sir?
Which one? Certification? No, the course.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Course is
For global
course is
certification, you will help us or
for
what
global
we?
certifications, for external certifications as a GCP. So I think I did not cover this interview tab, right? So you have a interview templates, interview introduction. What do you have to say in your interview introduction? What is a project explanation one, project explanation two, which you can actually try to say in the interview directly. Data engineering theoretical questions, SQL
Sir,
coding questions, Python
sir,
coding
I want.
questions, PySpark coding questions. There are some of the questions related to the manager round also. So nowadays, some people are asking me, sir, I'm going for a manager round. They're asking me some of the questions related to it. So some of the manager round questions also here. For those who are going for certification, we have a certification dumps. So most of the people who cracked it told me that these certification dumps helped them a lot while cracking it. Okay, you can go for it.
So for global certifications, these topics will cover.
Of
All.
course, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank
Sir,
you.
I wanted to ask that data engineering needs only Python coding or so means Java and all other
Not
languages
required.
also.
Not required, but this is important.
Only Python is required.
Python, yes. Python and PySpark and Apache Beam
Okay,
and SQL.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other
So,
questions, guys? Anyone?
so Rupendra here.
Yes.
Actually, I have one question. You mentioned in programming, very first Linux basics. So Linux is the nothing but the operating system, right? So what types of commands we are using
That
while
I'll tell you.
learning?
Don't worry. I'll tell you. There are
Okay.
basic Linux commands that we are going to cover, which is very useful while you are interacting with services from the command line interfaces. Okay. So that is the purpose we have to learn the Linux basics. I'll tell you. Don't worry about that. We
So
have a
is it
separate
really
topic.
required for the
Of
data
course.
engineer?
Yes.
Okay.
Not all
Okay.
the comments. There are some basic comments. Somewhere around some 10 to 15 are there.
Okay. Yeah.
We can see that.
Thanks.
Some 10 to 15 comments are there. These are more than enough. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Yes, Sheikh. Could you please throw some light on Spark? Like, what type of concepts will you cover on Spark?
Spark, very important. Spark is going to be very important, guys. First, we will be starting with what is actually Hadoop, why Hadoop came into the picture, what is Hadoop has done to the data engineering, what is Spark emergence, what is the difference between the Hadoop and Spark, what is this data proc, how it is different from the Hadoop and Spark, and how do we create a cluster in the data proc, single node, multi node, and high availability clusters difference. And you start creating the cluster, you understand what is actually Spark architecture, and what happens inside the Spark as well. Spark lab sessions from end to end. So if you guys wanted to see Spark, somewhere did I mention here? Yes. So in the PySpark, we are learning the PySpark, right? In the PySpark, you are going to see how to read the data from the multiple data sources: CSV file, JSON file, Parquet file, BigQuery, Avro, text file, SQL databases, BigQuery also. And how do you write the data to the multiple destinations, multiple transformations, right? Transformations like renaming the columns, constant with the column, struct and structure type, filtering, distinct, drop duplicate, sort, order by union, union all, group by aggregations, all of these things, multiple things are there. Okay, all of these transformations that we are going to cover, that's what the lab sessions is for. And once the lab sessions are there, so you are going to cover the case study one for one of the use case, end-to-end pipeline we are going to build. This is a requirement, current architecture, future architecture. Case study
Lab
two,
sessions means that are
PySpark,
the
PySpark sessions.
hands-on experience you are giving us.
Yes, PySpark lab sessions. We are going to see. We are going to learn the PySpark from basic to advanced. That's a lab session for PySpark. Yes,
So there will be a hands-on experience you are giving, you are providing.
yes, yes.
And this course duration is how many days?
3 months. Yeah,
3 months.
yeah. Case study two
So
and case study three, and which is a very interesting case study here. And after that,
you
you
are
have assignments also here.
okay, and you are teaching architecture level, right?
Yes,
Or how it is?
yes. It is more development plus architectural point of view. Yes,
Okay. It's GCP related, right? Or
both GCP
Azure?
plus Azure.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Course timing, sir?
Course timings is same, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Any other questions, anyone? Before we winding up the session?
Can
Yeah,
you
hi
share
When
Shiksha.
the
does the
sir? Can you
when
share
does
the course details? What are the topics will
Yes,
cover
yes.
and all?
So if you guys look at in the chat box, please fill in the attendance form. They'll help you with all the details with course curriculum and everything. I've just added you all the details. If you guys need more details about the course curriculum and everything, please fill in the form in
Okay,
the
we'll
chat
do
box.
that. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I
What
think
will be the
we,
fees of this course? And
sorry,
what will be the fees of this course?
fees will be help. So I have pasted the numbers in the chat box. The management team will help you on the fee, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes. They'll help you how to enroll for the course. They'll help you all the material details. They'll help you with all the details about the course.